Morning, it's the 1st of November 2024, only 55 days to Christmas. What about that? I see. What a week it's been. What about October for a month? I think it's been best month of the year, weather-wise.
Feeling stupid?
I know I am. Weather-wise, it's been bob on, hasn't it? A bit of rain at the beginning of the month and then quite settled throughout the month. A lovely period of the year it has been. Today we're going to talk about a bloke I can't personally stand, which is unusual for me, but Jeremy Clarkson. But just before that, I'm going to talk about another person I can't stand. I don't know why I hate West Indies. I think it's this kid, Nigel Farage. 2 weeks ago, he was all over social media, and what he'd done, he'd wrote a letter to 1,352 conservative councillors asking them to defect to reform. And after that 1,352, just 2 have defected. How good is that? So even Tories have got more morals than I give them credit for. And sadly, them 2, I do believe they were in fucking Mansfield, so why don't that surprise me? But Jeremy Clarkson, his heart, he's about right upset he is. He was shooting his mouth off yesterday about the government fucking introducing this inheritance tax on farmers, and he said all the farmers are being shafted, and I thought, shut the fucking stupid early silly cunt. So what happens here, if they leave more than £1 million, if they leave £1 million, they don't pay no inheritance tax. If they leave 2 million, they pay inheritance tax at a rate of 20%, so that's 200,000 in the million, over a million. So if he gets 2 million, he pays £200,000 inheritance tax, and they don't like it. If I got left £1 million, God forbid, I'd have to pay 40% inheritance tax over 325,000. So that's double the amount of tax, and I'd be more than happy if someone wants to leave me £1 million. They could take 50% tax off me, just gives half $1 million. Tax the fucking lot. But these greedy fuckers like Clarkson, who, by the way, bought his farm for I think he bought it for £4.5 million, and now it's worth 12.5. And he don't want to pay any fucking inheritance tax, and that's why he bought the farm. See what it did. Well, I found it amusing yesterday, all narratives from the fucking richest 10% of fucking society. They were crying and fucking bitching because they might have to fucking contribute a little bit more. And do you know how many farmers it'll apply to this? It won't. Well, do you know how many farmers it won't apply to? It won't apply to 81% of farmers, so it only applies to 19%. The greedy top 19%. And I'm not talking about ill farmers and tenant farmers. I'm talking about greedy fucking rich landowners. The big businesses, these farms. And what's happening is, if you look at agricultural land over the last few years, say the last 15 years, it's gone from something like, it was £3,000 an acre, and now it's £30,000 an acre plus. I mean, and that's happened because non-farmers are coming in and they're buying all land up, and then they rent it back out, but they put the money into land because they can't fucking trace it. It's hiding the money in land, you know what I mean? Then when they die, they don't pay any inheritance tax. Oh, well, not them, but the people who they leave their farm to don't pay any inheritance tax, or they didn't. And this fucking inheritance tax, what she's fetched out, is to stop non-farmers buying up all the land. We've got a fucking bloke near us, Ronald. He's a scrap metal dealer, absolutely multimillionaire, not a bad bloke by all accounts, but he owns most of the farmland now from Tickhill, which is 6 miles that way to the east, right through to Gainsborough, which is another fucking 15 miles on top of that. He owns loads and swears of land, and he's not bought it because he wants to farm it. He's bought it because it's fucking better than having your money in bank because it's going up. Have you got me drift? The thing is with people like Clarkson and other multimillionaires, they don't want to pay tax when they're alive, so they definitely won't want to pay when they're fucking dead. Anyway, that's for me. Rant over. Have a great week, everybody. I'm going to leave you with a quote by the Dalai Lama, no less. And this is one for farmers, really. Our prime purpose on this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't fucking hurt them. How good is that? Like I say, have a great weekend, everybody. It's been a fucking good old week, hasn't it? We'll be back Monday, God willing. Wakey, wakey!